It's very common for situations to become escalated because one person's trigger is triggering another person's trigger. So, this is one of the many reasons why it's really important for us to all work at the skill of being able to notice when we ourselves are triggered. Now, this is particularly important if we're trying to work at de escalation. So, when we're trying to de escalate a situation, the first thing to notice is that we ourselves are triggered. And if we notice that we're triggered, then we can do what we know, that we can use the skills that we have in order to de-escalate our own triggers. We can presence ourselves. We can use our grounding techniques in order to make sure that we aren't adding to that our triggers aren't adding to the escalation. With all of that in mind, once we can find our own ground and we can be present within ourselves, then as we're working with the other person or we're in the presence of this other person who's triggered, the next step is to recognize that they too are triggered, at which point we have to remember the anatomy of a trigger. So the anatomy of a trigger is that behind the trigger, underneath the surface of the trigger, is pain and wounding the wound has yet to heal and the pain has yet to be released. There hasn't yet been enough loving, grounded, empathetic attention paid to the wound of the person on the other side of us that's having the triggered behavior. When we can keep that perception and we ourselves can stay grounded and present in the moment, we're more likely to be able to work with the person and their emotional needs in order to de-escalate the situation.